let's talk about everything that's happening so far on the Monday Night Raw main event scene. Because not only did Damian Priest retain his World Heavyweight Championship at Money in the Bank, but he did so in a way that keeps Seth Rollins in the race, that keeps Seth Rollins in the contendership. We saw it last night on Monday Night Raw. After SummerSlam, if El Campeón Damian Priest still remains champion, if he is able to defeat Gunther at SummerSlam, Rollins will get another crack, another shot at Damian Priest for the World's Heavyweight Championship. Drew McIntyre won the Money in the Bank ladder match, thus becoming Mr. Money in the Bank. And then he did what he promised to do. He said he was going to cash in that briefcase and walk out of Toronto as our new World's Heavyweight Champion. And he kept half of his promise because he did win Money in the Bank. He did cash in. He made that match a triple threat, which means no DQs, which means no countouts. And of course, the voice of the voiceless, CM Punk, had to make an appearance. CM Punk cost Drew McIntyre the world title one more time. And Priest was able to retain. And again, everything that transpired after the post-match altercation that caused Drew McIntyre to get suspended, that caused both Drew and CM Punk to get fined. Wade Barrett holding Drew McIntyre back. McIntyre elbowing current Raw GM Adam Pearce. Again, it all adds to the story. And I get it. There's a lot of fans out there. A lot of fans that hate a wasted cash-in. Because, as a matter of fact, this was a wasted cash-in. There's no doubt about it. There's no other way to put it. But at least it helps a story. It helps the Drew McIntyre CM Punk story. It doesn't disrupt the main event story, which is Priest, Gunther, and Rollins. It doesn't disrupt that. Because, again, looking at the way Triple H books things currently in WWE, if somebody has that briefcase, it's going to be very, very hard for them to successfully cash it in no matter what. Dare to say, it might have even gone the Austin Theory route of 2022, where you didn't really know. You only had Roman Reigns to cash in, and nobody in their right mind thought that they were going to have Theory beat Reigns, be the one to end that historic championship reign during a Money in the Bank briefcase cash in. Much like Cody Rhodes' title reign is not gonna end with that briefcase. Much like McIntyre and Punk, that doesn't need the world title. But who else? LA Knight, he's going after the US title. Carmelo Hayes, he's not ready. Andrade, he's not part of the stories. Chad Gable doesn't really justify giving him a world title shot in the future, even if it is with the briefcase. Again, I think, and a lot of people might call me a shill or whatever, I don't care. Because at the end of the day, I might have something in mind of what might happen. What twists and turns WWE might take. But if they go a completely different route, and this applies to any wrestling company, if they go a completely different route, but it's still damn entertaining, I'm okay with it. I am completely fine with it. And I'm completely fine with the fact that Punk once again managed to screw Drew McIntyre over. He already cost him the world title at WrestleMania when he was the world champion, during the Money in the Bank briefcase cash-in of Damian Priest. He cost him the world title in a world title match in his hometown, in his home country of Scotland, by playing referee at Clash at the Castle. And now, one more time, he costs him a guaranteed opportunity No DQs, no countouts, triple threat, just out of nowhere, boom. It keeps adding to the story. And again, I agree with other pundits, other analysts that have said this. Costing Drew McIntyre the Money in the Bank ladder match versus costing Drew McIntyre the world title match are two very, very different things. Very, very different things. Very different stakes. Very different importance. So again, on that note, I am fine with the route that they've taken. And again, we keep building up to McIntyre versus Punk, which in reality, the only thing that we're waiting on is for CM Punk to actually get cleared. Once he's cleared, we're going to get this match, a feud that's been running for over 6 months, and they haven't even had a single match on TV. That's pretty damn good. That's pretty damn good. As far as the botch goes, during the cash-in, we all saw it. The referee did not count at 3 because during that spot, well, Damian Priest was supposed to kick out. Therefore, 2 count. Therefore, Drew McIntyre's music hits. We go straight into the triple threat cash-in. That didn't happen. That didn't happen because the referee went 1, 2. He was supposed to hit 3 because there was no kick out, but again, physicality, circumstances in the match led to Damian Priest not being able to physically cash in at that. Physically kick out at that moment in time, at that moment during the match. Again, during the old days, the Attitude Era, the referee would have kept counting 1, 2, 3, and we would have had a brand new world champion in Seth freaking Rollins. We would have had to deal with the consequences of Damian Priest being kicked out of Judgment Day, of Drew McIntyre actually cashing in on Rollins, and Punk helping Rollins retain his world title. Again, which would have made the story twist and turn differently post Money in the Bank. But again, I trust in what Triple H has been able to book. So if they needed to maintain the course, even at the cost of the smokes and mirrors, then so be it. So be it. In the meantime, let's start to distract people with the return of Rhea Ripley, because that story is just revving back up. Just when we were beginning to see a little bit of meshing between Dominic Mysterio and Liv Morgan, Rhea Ripley comes back, and next Monday Night Raw is can't miss. Because the interactions that we're expecting to see from Mommy and Dirty Dom, trust me, they're going to be the highest rated segments of the show. So with that said, what are your thoughts on the main event scene on Monday Night Raw? What are your thoughts on Rhea Ripley making her return last Monday night on Raw? Leave your thoughts, comments, and predictions in the comments section below. With that said, I'm Alexis Carrillo. This has been Wrestling Talk, and I'll see you next time.